Sophie's magical adventure in the frozen mountains of Arendelle. Once upon a time, in the beautiful kingdom of Arendelle, a 6-year-old girl named Sophie lived. Sophie was a brave and kind girl who loved adventures. One day, she received a special invitation from Queen Elsa herself. Elsa wanted Sophie to join her on a magical journey through the frozen mountains of Arendelle. The day was bright and sunny as Sophie arrived at the grand castle of Arendelle. The castle stood tall and majestic, glittering like a million diamonds under the sunlight. Sophie's heart raced with excitement as she walked through the grand halls, adorned with beautiful tapestries and chandeliers. Finally, she reached Elsa's throne room. "Welcome, Sophie." Elsa greeted with a warm smile. "Are you ready for an adventure?" "Yes, Your Majesty," Sophie exclaimed. "What are we going to do?" "We are going to explore the frozen mountains of Arendelle," Elsa replied, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "We will ice skate across the frozen lakes, climb the highest peaks, and discover hidden secrets." Sophie couldn't believe her ears. She had always dreamed of going on an ice skating adventure with Elsa. As they set off, Elsa waved her hand, and a beautiful ice carriage appeared, drawn by shimmering snow horses. Sophie climbed in, and they were off, gliding smoothly over the snow-covered ground. As they traveled, Elsa shared stories of Arendelle's history and her adventures with her best friend, Olaf, the lovable snowman. Sophie listened intently, her eyes wide with wonder. They soon reached the first frozen lake, a vast expanse of ice glistening under the sun. Elsa and Sophie laced up their skates and glided onto the ice. They twirled and spun, their laughter echoing through the air. Sophie felt a sense of freedom and joy as she skated alongside Elsa, the breeze brushing against her cheeks. After a while, they decided to climb one of the tallest peaks in the mountains. The climb was steep, and the air grew colder, but Sophie was determined. She followed Elsa's lead, her small hands gripping the icy rocks as she climbed higher and higher. At one point, Sophie slipped, and her heart skipped a beat. But Elsa was right there to catch her, her magical ice powers creating a safe path. "Thank you, Elsa," Sophie said, her voice trembling slightly. "You're doing great, Sophie," Elsa encouraged. "Remember, the important thing is to be brave and believe in yourself." With renewed determination, Sophie continued the climb. Finally, they reached the summit. The view from the top was breathtaking. The entire kingdom of Arendelle lay before them, a winter wonderland of snow and ice. Sophie felt a sense of accomplishment and pride. She had faced her fears and made it to the top. As they began their descent, they encountered a deep cave. Elsa's eyes lit up with curiosity. "Let's explore," she suggested. Inside the cave, sparkling ice formations hung from the ceiling like chandeliers. The air was filled with a magical glow. Sophie noticed a small, shimmering light at the far end of the cave. They cautiously approached it, and to their astonishment, they found a beautiful ice sculpture of a snowflake, glowing with a soft blue light. "This is the heart of winter," Elsa explained. "It's said to hold the magic of Arendelle's winters." Sophie reached out to touch the sculpture, and as her fingers brushed against it, she felt a warm, comforting sensation fill her heart. She felt a deep connection to the magic of Arendelle and the love and kindness that bound them all together. Suddenly, they heard a loud crash. Turning around, they saw Hans, Elsa's old enemy, blocking the exit of the cave. Hans had come to steal the heart of winter and use its magic for his own evil plans. "Hand over the heart of winter, Elsa," Hans demanded. "Never." Elsa stood her ground, her powers crackling around her. "You can't take the magic of Arendelle," Sophie said bravely, stepping forward. "The power of love and kindness will always prevail." Hans laughed, but before he could make a move, Olaf appeared, with an army of snow geese, tiny, mischievous snowmen. They surrounded Hans, causing him to trip and fall. "Thanks, Olaf," Elsa called out, as she and Sophie made their escape. Back at the castle, Elsa and Sophie celebrated their victory with a feast of ice cream and other delicious treats. Elsa praised Sophie for her bravery and courage. "You were amazing, Sophie," Elsa said, giving her a hug. "You have shown that with bravery, friendship, and love, you can overcome any challenge." Sophie beamed with pride. She had not only gone on a magical adventure but also learned the true meaning of bravery and friendship. As she left the castle, she knew that she would cherish this adventure forever. That night, as Sophie lay in her bed, she felt a sense of peace and happiness. She closed her eyes, dreaming of more adventures with Elsa, Olaf, and the beautiful kingdom of Arendelle. And as she drifted off to sleep, she knew that no matter what challenges came her way, the power of love and kindness would always guide her. And so, Sophie's magical adventure in the frozen mountains of Arendelle came to an end, but the memories and the lessons she learned would stay with her forever. The end.
Created by a kid and their parent using Talebot, click the link in the video description to create your own story.